Welcome back everyone. As you can see, yes, I am finally back in my kitchen. The holidays are over and man, cooking on the go is not that easy, especially when you're carrying all your video equipment. I need to do a video talking about that. But for now, Thanksgiving is coming in America. Everybody starts to ask me, what are you gonna make for Thanksgiving? So not something super complicated, but I still digged out a recipe called the apple hunger Tamer. Now that sounds something special. What on earth is this again? Well, this recipe that I didn't know, very simple. It's a crepe batter. On the other side, you're gonna have grated fresh apples. You mix both together, cook them in a pan, and you get that kind of thick cake, and you end up with a crepe slash apple cake ready in 10 or 15 minutes. There's a bit of waiting time for the batter, but away from that, super easy peasy and perfect for Thanksgiving. So today, something simple again for Thanksgiving, the apple hunger tamer. These are the ingredients: 200 grams of flour, that's plain flour, 100 grams of sugar, it's granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of oil, a pinch of salt, 3 apples, 2 full eggs, 250 milliliters of full cream milk, and I am adding some apple liquor. You don't have to, you can use also pear liquor or no alcohol at all, or maybe just a vanilla flavoring. Okay, apple hunger tamer is like basically a big crepe with apple. So you start, the technique is exactly the same. Make sure you get one of these bowls, guys, if you haven't done yet. Start with the full eggs, break them. It's a good thing to start with the egg and the sugar. The sugar, you're just gonna use half of it, about 50 grams. I'm doing this on the rough. And you mix everything together. Add the salt. When you're done, you take all of your flour and put everything in. Then you're gonna start mixing or blending your flour with the egg mix gently until you get some kind of paste. When you get a paste like this, it looks like a ball, it looks like it's gonna stick. Don't worry, you add half your oil in and slowly you're gonna start to incorporate your milk, and that's gonna prevent from getting clumps. So you very slowly turn in the milk, that paste you've got, and you will see that very slowly everything's going to detach and you're going to start to get a batter. That's it, look at that. I've been whisking vigorously because this is the stage where you get rid of all these clumps. You see, sometimes you may see little pieces like that. So if you have that, keep whisking before adding the rest of your milk to make sure you're going to have something really smooth. Once you got rid of most of the clumps in there, add the rest of your milk and repeat the process of slowly incorporating until you get a smooth batter. The only thing to do left now, if you want, you can add a little bit of flavoring. I'm going to put a little bit of apple liquor in there. Mix it well, and you're going to leave that mix to rest for 2 hours. It's very important. I know it's long. Just put a towel on top and leave it to rest for 2 hours. After 2 hours of resting, the batter is ready and we can now start to cut the apples to incorporate them into the batter. Only cut your apples when the batter has rested 2 hours. Now from here you got 2 choices. I've peeled my apples like this and cut them. You can either cut them by hands in small cubes or something a bit bigger, but because I'm lazy, I'm going to be using a food processor and just grate the apples. And this is my result, the grated apple. As you can see, a very fine and fluffy. All what we want. Okay, we're all done. I've got my apples. Now one thing, as soon as they're ready, you have to put them in straight. Don't wait, because they will get brown. So you put this in your batter. That's nice and thick. And you incorporate that mix. It's a bit like an apple roasty. Whoa, that looks actually delicious. And you know what? I've never tried that recipe before, but it looks marvelous. And that's it. Now basically it's ready to be cooked. Okay, back on the stove. So as you would imagine, we use butter, as we do in France, but it's very low heat, huh? So the smallest of the smallest. I'm gonna experience with this pan. This is a black iron pan. They are very useful because they really don't stick. but you can use any other pan. I'm just not sure how to approach this. I'm just gonna pour some. It just have to be thick. I'll do 2 pancakes. Perfect. So this is covered. You got that kind of thickness in there, and you're gonna leave this to cook until the bottom starts to be hard, and then we're gonna have to turn it over and keep on turning every 5 minutes. The initial step to get that first layer to cook is quite long at low heat. That took me more than 10 minutes, almost like 12 to 15 minutes. Now to turn it, you can use tongue. If you have a different pan, it may be different. For me, I'm just gonna slide this on a plate. Okay, I've got another plate on top of that, and I'm just gonna try to turn it the easy way, like that, and put it back on the pan. All right, another 5 minutes. I turn it over, and this is not as cooked, and I'm gonna repeat the process until it's all done. All done, the hunger tamers are ready. Now we're just gonna have to serve this thing. I'm not too sure how we're gonna go about it, but let's find out. So basically these things, first time I made them, what I can say is that they can become either this, which is like a thick pancakes full of apple, or if you want, you can make a second layer and making super thick, and it becomes a cake or an apple cake cooked in a pan. This is the rough version of how to serve them. You've got this big pancake on the top. You will take the rest of the sugar, and basically it is a home style version, and then the pizza cutter. So something nice and sharp. Now let's see what these things are all about. Which one should I check? Yeah, it is really looks like a big pancake. And now for the improved version of the dish, what can we do to improve all this? Well, you change the set, we're gonna change the table, and I'm gonna put some of these ones here. Look, I've taken these little hunger tamers and I've detailed them in little circles with a food ring, dollop of cream on there. Yes, that's how it's served. So maybe I'm gonna add a little bit of jam on there, a little bit of sugar because we love sugar, of course. Okay. And to finish, you always need that kind of touch of decoration, you see? A bit of color, so a bit of green, and there you have it. The Hunger Tamer adult version. And this is a glass of Calvados for all the rewards I've been making the whole day that I'm gonna drink afterwards. But that's it, guys. A very short video for Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed that little Hunger Tamer. My advice if you make the recipe, add more apples. I don't think there was enough apple. Crank it up to 4 to 5 apples, and that's gonna be super delicious. I hope you have a good time, and I see you on Saturday for another cooking video. Bye bye.